All right, on the line now, ready for the second and final 500 moto. There is Stanton, there's O'Mara, there's Ricky Johnson. It's warm here in Maryland. Mechanics fanning the riders, and you got to wonder what's going through Ricky's mind right now. Well, there you go. It looks like Jeff's doing a little praying. He DNF'd last week, and he was second to Ward in the first moto. Let's see what happens. Here we go. The second and final 500 moto underway. And it is... looks like a Honda. It looks like Stanton. Jeff Stanton pulls another hole shot as he did in the first moto. And the riders take off after him. The second and final 500 moto. And Ward is sitting right in his shadow in second spot. Looks like Johnson in third. Yes, it is Stanton, Ward, and Johnson. 1, 2, 3. O'Mara up in there trying to join the fray. But Stanton, who led the first moto, went down. You saw it earlier. Washed out a simple get-off. And that cost him valuable points, and Ward motored around him and went on for the win. So here we go. Stanton in front, Ward running second, Johnson running third. Mickey Diamond, who has been in semi-retirement, trying to move up in fourth spot, or fifth spot at this point. We'll try to watch that. Diamond, who was the AMA Rookie of the Year a few years ago. There is a rider who is... certainly marches to a different drummer. Mickey Diamond, a very, very talented young lad, but very, very different. Meanwhile, out in front it is Stanton, still holding on to the lead, and Wardy running in second spot. There you have it. There's Stanton, number 2, and there's Ward, number 1. Beautiful fall foliage here in Maryland. A beautiful day. A little warm, but not that bad. Stanton tries to get around that corner, a little bit different line, but Wardy is sticking right on his back tire. Johnson sitting in third, watching the battle. The crowd has got their money's worth, and if you've never seen a national championship motocross in person, you owe it to yourself to go out and at least see one. They're all across the country, and it makes a great day of entertainment. Wardy trying to get up on Stanton. He's pushing Stanton. This could be a problem. Pushing Stanton early. He goes to the inside, Stanton to the outside, and Ward says, I come to race. Let's get it on. But Stanton is holding Ward off at this point. Whoa! Stanton slows way down, feet off the pegs. Or off one peg there. And there's Johnson right on Ward's back tire. And there's number 21 right behind them. Mickey Diamond. Diamond has gone into fourth. You could call Diamond kind of a modern-day hippie. He doesn't really care about a lot of material things. I would almost go as far as to call him kind of a flower child. Very intelligent, came to the Meadowlands race a couple years ago with a brand new tattoo. Not a biker tattoo, just, I don't forget what it was actually, but Diamond is currently running in fourth. Semi-retirement, although he's very, very young. Meanwhile, it is still Jeff Stanton and still Jeff Ward. And as Ricky said earlier, his wrist is bothering him. He'd like to win one more moto this year. Some talk of Johnson going to Europe next year. And make no bones about it, Ricky's a proud young man, and he'd like to win another overall moto, or he'll settle for a moto win. It's been a while. Wardy continues to keep the pressure on Stanton. Two different lines. And Ward is good at this, at stalking the rider in front and trying to pressure him to make a mistake. That's what happened in the first moto when Stanton apparently suffered brain fade and just went down. Wash out. Just went down fast, and Wardy went by. And Wardy is keeping the pressure on Stanton. Ward's got a good lead over Stanton in this, going into the second and final moto. One race left, one national championship race left. I'm Larry Huffman on the microphone here from Budds Creek, Maryland, Potomac Speedway. Wardy keeping the pressure on Stanton. Johnson trying to keep Ward in sight, but I think that wrist is giving him trouble. Look at Ward, stay right on the back wheel of Jeff Stanton. Two different lines. Stanton on the outside, Ward on the inside. Is he going to pass? Ward gets right up on him, and Ward goes down. Well, son of a gun. Wardy tried to do the same thing he did in the first moto, and Stanton says no way, and Wardy goes down. They locked handlebars. Ward might have been trying a little bit too early and went down. Johnson goes into second. O'Mara goes into third, and now Wardy has got to come back up. Let's see what happened. Excellent camera work. Now watch what happens. It looked like they just tangled handlebars and went down. Just exactly what they did, and they're goodbye, Jeff. And Jeff goes over the berm, and it's so long, good night, Wardy. And Stanton has got to be saying, well, I showed that little devil something right there. Paid him back for the first one. Meanwhile, remember, Johnson has gone by, and so has O'Mara. There's Johnson now. So Wardy finds himself in fourth. And suddenly, the points are slipping away from Jeff. Johnson is in second. Number 13, Ricky Johnson. They say you've never seen anybody breakdance like Johnson. I've never seen him, but they say at parties he can really breakdance. Ricky does a fine Michael Jackson impersonation. Well, Wardy's coming back up and trying to fight his way back up toward the front. Let's see what happens. Ricky Johnson trying to hold on to second behind his teammate Jeff Stanton. Johnson, if he should get close to Stanton, which I don't think he will not do anything stupid. They're teammates, and Johnson knows there's no way that he can win the National 500 Championship. Ward has gone to third. He has passed O'Mara and gone to third. And Wardy is going after Johnson. Johnson's job will be to block Ward at every turn and give Stanton some breathing space, and hopefully a win in this moto, which would give Stanton the overall by virtue of his second place finish to Ward in the first moto. So Ricky's job is to block Jeff Ward, but that is not an easy job and not an easy thing to do because Wardy is tough. There's your leader, Jeff Stanton, on the factory Honda in front. 250 and Supercross champion and looking to wrap up the 500 National Championship. Sports Channel coverage of this AMA 125 and 500 National Championship. There's Johnson in second. You saw him a moment ago. Now Wardy puts the pressure on Johnson. That's Wardy on the left, Johnson on the right. Wardy flat track around the turn, and I don't know if he's got him, but it's close. Yes, he has got Johnson for second. And Jeff Ward sets out for Stanton. The second and final moto. Stanton was leading the first one. He washed out on a simple downhill. Wardy went by and motored away for the win. Stanton had to settle for second. Valuable points lost by Stanton. And now Wardy, who tried to push perhaps too hard against Stanton too early in the moto, found himself on his head over a berm as they locked handlebars. He and Stanton. He went down. Johnson passed him. O'Mara passed him. Ward got up, shook himself off and says, okay, boys, I come to race. And went back and passed O'Mara and passed Johnson, and now Wardy is gaining on Stanton. Ricky Johnson still in third. Stanton looks around behind him. No, there, I believe Ward, you could just see him in the back there as Stanton went by. The rut's getting deep here in Butts Creek, Maryland. The final moto, I think it looks like Stanton might pull this one off and a first overall. There's Wardy, quite a ways back now, and it's a pretty strong lead that Stanton has. But never count Jeff Ward out. He is one tough little cookie. Stanton heading for the checkered flag, and he has got it. Jeff Stanton takes it home.